Hello, welcome. So yes, welcome. So basically, in this wonderful reading for everyone who's an Earth sign, this is going for Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. This is going for May 20th to May 27th of 2026. So you know what? In this wonderful reading for Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, I understand what you guys are going through, or gals, whatever it is, because this is how it's gonna be. I understand that you have to be who you are and be authentic, and you know how you can do it in that various ways. But the way this is like this is how it goes, and whenever you see it in the right way, you have to go in the right direction. It's like that's how it goes, right? It's like when you have your own menopause, it's like a menopause is like where you're going to get them in from pause. That's how it goes. But that's just a joke that I'm just telling you about. Anyway, the point being is that in this wonderful reading I'm going to tell you all is that it's going to be how it seems to be. This is the way of how it goes. But the majestic feeling is that you need to understand what you're going through in that way. This is how it goes. It's like you need to understand that because there's always a life lesson, and that life lesson is what you're going through in every single day, whether you feel like it or not, whether it's another daily routine, whatever it is. But wait, this is how it goes in that way. So the way how this is, I'm going to show you all is that you have the A of Swords start where there's anxiety, and just so you're not telling the truth, you're lying about something. So there was something that was happening in this situation for you, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. But what this is like you need to understand that you need to have your own support, you have your own stability, because whatever you say that you have anxiety, or this could be whether you might be doing it generally requires in that way, because that's how it goes. Having anxiety is not a very good, how it is in your own feeling, or your own emotion. But what this is, you have to stand that. You have to know what happens in that way, because that's how it goes. It's like that's how it's gonna be. But wait, this is how it goes. So the way how this is, whether you're trying to understand it in that way, you have to have your own adaptations of saying, okay, well, this is how it goes. I need to do it. That's how it's gonna be. So the way of this is, whether you understand how it's gonna be, that's just how it goes that way. Because that's how it goes. And Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, you need to understand what you're going through in that way, because this is what it seems to be. This way this is how it goes in that way. This is how it seems to be. So this is the way of how it goes, and you have to know what's happening in that way. This is how it goes in that way. Alright? So you have the 2 wands reversed. You're not planning on something. I have no idea why, but what this is, you have to know what you're going through in that way. So the way of this is, I'm going to clarify between the middle and the left, middle to the right. So for cast reverse, there's no celebration, or like no distraction. 6 pentacles reverse, there's no kindness, or so you're being rude, disrespectful. The 3 of swords reverse, there's no heartbreak. 9 wands, there's upright, there's fear. Exactly. So things are not going as planned. It's like when you go with it, it's like, well, this is how it goes, I need to do it. But this is how it goes. When you have no kindness, you have no respect, that's how it's going to be. So there's always a wonderful feeling, but the way this is, whether you're acting rude, or you're having disrespectful, is like that's how it goes. And people start to run away from you, right? It's like that's how it goes. And you need to understand that. So the way this is, you have to understand what you're going through in that way. What's the middle, the right side? Yeah, the Temperance card is healing. You have 10 Pentacles over, there's wealth, and the Judgment is over, you're taking action. Yeah, so the way of this is, whether you have wealth, whether you have healing, whether you have taken action, that's how it goes, and that's how it's going to be. So the way of this is, whether you have a strong feeling, you know how it goes, but that's just how it's going to be. It's like there's always a good way of knowing what to do, and you have to acknowledge what you're feeling in that way, because that's how it's going to be. It's like, alright, this is how it goes, and I need to go with the flow. That's how it goes. So if you're doing it in our Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus in that way, that's how it goes in that way. You might be doing it in our Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, but that's how it goes. Let me clarify this 9 wands here. Dust card is over, there's endings. 8 wands over, there's speed. 10 pentacles reverse, there's no 10 wands reverse, there's no burdens. 7 swords reverse, there's no deceit. 3 reverse, there's no progress. 7 wands reverse, there's no silence. Queen of Pentacles over, there's prosperity about money. That's how it goes. So you might be dealing with another Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. You might be dealing with another Scorpio. But the way this is how it's going to be, right? It's the way how it works. But how you're going to do it in that way, this is how it is. This is like a time of perception, but that's how it goes in that way. Let me clarify the 6 Pentacles. Page Taurus, you want education, movers, no misrotations, 2 customers. No, there's no relationships or friendships. Beautiful Taurus, you're having bad luck. Taurus is all obsessive addictions, and 10 Taurus is already there's basically conclusions, right? It's like you have all these conclusions. So whether you have conclusions, you understand what you're going through, but the way this is like this is how it's going to be. It's like there's always a good way on what to do. You're trying to adapt, but how are you going to adapt that? How are you going to do what you can? Because that's how it seems to be, right? That's how it is. So I clarify this Temperance, the 10 Pentacles in this Judgment. Second Cup, sorry, there's a delusion. Her is over, you're finding a soulmate. Third yours, there's no decisions. King's yours, there's no knowledge. Ace of Wands, yours, there's no new beginnings. Emperor's yours, there's no nourishment. And 6 Cups, sorry, there's the past. Yeah, exactly. So basically, when you are drawn to the past, it's like, things are not going as planned. Things are not as, as you think they are. By the way, this is, it's like, you need to understand it. You need to improve yourself wisely to get the better view. It's like, this is how it goes. And there's always a way of knowing what to do, because that's how it's going to be. So, let me clarify this Queen of Pentacles. In reverse, there's no restrictions. Okay, what's the 10 of Swords about? How many reverse, you already have a soulmate. What's the 6 Cups about? Tears over this progress. Yeah, so whether you're making progress, that's how it's going to be, because that's how it goes. So let me clarify this Hangman here. Those years, there's no decisions. Tarot years, there's no transformation. Tears over, you're making progress. Yes, because you're making progress. When you're making progress, that's how it goes, but that's how it's going to be. You have to determine what's going to happen in that way, because that's what it is. It's like you feel the vibrations, you feel what's going on, because that's how it goes. It's like you're trying to promote what you're doing, because that's how it goes. Let me clarify this Hermit card. What's your story? You want skill? There's obsessive addictions. Yeah, you might do another Capricorn. Terrence yours is no healing. Here is no guidance. 30 years is no inspiration. 2 years is not taking action. Empress is already there's nourishment. Yeah, exactly. Everything has to be nourished. But when it is, that's how it's going to be. So, you have to understand about there's the time of the essence, and that essence means that you need to improve yourself wisely to get a better view, right? That's how it goes. But whether you have violence or, you're saying bad language or whatever it is, there was something that was happening because, you're trying to have in control. But when you're not having in control, that's how it goes. It's like, this has always seemed to be very interesting, but it's very, unsatisfactory of how it goes. It's like, that's how it's going to be. But the way this is, that's how it goes. And if you're part of this period, just yours, they're not telling truth, or you're lying about something. Fools over, there's change. High Priestess, or you're using your voice. Yeah, because that's how it goes. So let me clarify this High Priestess. The Temperance is over. Yeah, there's healing. Yeah, so the way of this is, whether you have healing, you need to do it as long as it needs to. But you have change, you have everything that's going to change for you. That's how it goes. But you understand that. So there's always these things that are going on, and you have to understand that. It's the way of how it goes. It's like almost pure gold, and that's how it goes. But there's no gold here. No, it's not. But the way this is, you understand what you're going through. It's like that's how it goes. And when you do it in the right way, you have to view it in the right perspective. But the way this is, it's a wonderful feeling. It's a wonderful reading, and you understand of how it goes. So let me clarify. I'm going to clarify this Empress to this Temperance. Here for yours, there's no guidance. 6 Pentacles are you on kindness. 7 Pentacles, yours, you already have a career. King Wands, yours, you are basically not a leader. And 9 Cups over, there's romance. Exactly. So you want kindness, you want respect, you want romance, you want things to happen all at once. But so you might do with another Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You might be doing with another Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus in that way. But that's how it goes. So things are be happening all at once, but that's how it goes. So let me clarify this. 7 Pentacles and there's 6 of Pentacles. Emperor Uranus is no structure. Taurus already there's progress. Exactly. So, when you have two progresses, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, you understand what you're going through in that way. And when you do it, that's how it goes. It's like you hit the right way in the right spot, but that's how it goes. It's like things be happening all at once. And when you do, that's how it goes. It's like, alright, that's how it's going to be. But the way this is, that's how it's going to be. So let me clarify this. Empress to this Chariot. Elon is already there's speed. King Pentacles are there's prosperity about money. 9 Pentacles first there's no trust. Empress already there's nourishment. High Priestess already you're using your voice. Yeah, because when you're using your voice, that's how it's going to be. And that's how it goes. So whether you understand it to obtain it, to visualize yourself, that's how it goes. But when you're using your inner voice, use it. That's how it goes. You're not being afraid. You're not trying to do that. But in many ways, you're trying to use fear. Fear is not so good. But when you understand it, you understand what you're going through. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, you understand what you're going through. But when you're making progress, when you do what you can, that's how it goes. And when you basically say that, okay, I know what to do, yes. But unfortunately, that's how it's going to be. And you have the 7 Cups Taurus is no delusion. 8 Cups Taurus is no entertainment. Queen wants to celebrate, there's charisma. Yeah, exactly. So when you have charisma, you want things to happen all at once. It's like, this is how it goes. You're not trying to be the nitty-gritty here, but wait, this is how it goes. So you might do it in Leo, Aries, Sagittarius in that way, but that's how it's going to be. It's like, alright, I can do it. I know what to do. That's how it's going to be. So I'm going to see what's going on. So I'm going to clarify between the left, the middle, and right. 9 Pentacles over you're feeling comfortable. Okay, what's the middle? 9 Wands over there's fear. Okay, what's this? 9 Cups is about there's romance, but 8 Cups Taurus is no introspection. So it's like no entertainment. So let me clarify this 9 Pentacles here. 6 Pentacles over you want kindness. King Sorceress is no knowledge, but Queen Pentacles over you want stability. Exactly. So you want to be kind, right? Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Kindness will go the long way in the right direction because you need to do that, right? It's the way how it works, but this is how it goes. So you understand what you're going through. Because why Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus? I'm going to keep saying this over and over. You have to pay attention to what you're going through in every single day, because no matter what, if you want attention, if you want respect, if you want things to be happening, you have to have your own stability. You have your own things to understand because what you're going through in that way. Okay. Now let me clarify this 9 Wands here. And that would be Ace of Wands first is no new beginnings. Ace Pentacles over there's growth. Hangman is over there's restrictions. Queen Cups first is no empathy. And 6 Cups is over there's the past. Exactly. So you're being restricted. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. When you are being restricted, that's what you want. But when you're focusing on the past, I always keep saying this, is that leave the past alone. But if you can't handle it, if you can't, go along with it, you're actually repeating the past. And if you repeat the past, that's how it goes. By the way, this is whatever you might do with a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and you want respect, and you want things to happen your way, that's how it goes. It's like, this is how it's going to be, and enough is enough. But how are you going to do it? How are you going to do it? It's like, you're not playing games here. No, you're not. But what this is, it only acts like a game, but it's not, right? You have to understand by your own rules, your own instructions, that's how it goes. But how you're going to do it in that way, right? That's how it's going to be. Let me clarify this 8 Cups here. 3 Pentacles, sorry, you want excitement. Followed by 3 Cups, sorry, you want celebration. 4 years is no change. World years is incompletion. Knight of Swords reverse is no drama. 10 Wands reverse is no burdens. 3 Swords is over there's heartbreak. Yeah, exactly. So things are not going as planned, because the way how this is, it's like, you're feeling hurt, you're feeling dismayed. But the way this is It's like you understand what you're going through in that way, because that's what it is. It's like you understand that, because in reality, you have to stand. You have to overachieve something, But when you have your heartbreak, you're whimpering, right? It's like you're having sad, and it's like you're saying to yourself, it's like, why me? I don't do it anymore. Well, because that's how it goes. So, I'm going to clarify the Three of Swords again. So you have 10 Pentacles, there's no wealth. Exactly, whimpering about that. You have Knight of Wands, there's no immaturity. 3 Wands, right? You want communication. Exactly, like you want to communicate, and communication goes a long way. But when you have no wealth, no money, it's like you're saying that you want more money. You want things to be happening all at once. But it's like, why would you keep doing it? Why would you understand that, right? It's like, that's what it seems to be. You're not trying to manipulate. You're not trying to, that's how it goes. But it's like you're trying to be overtake, or whatever it is. That's what you're going through in that way, because that's how it's going to be. What's Six of Cups about? You have six swords first, there's no movement. Just so you're telling the truth. Lotus yours, there's no decisions. Exactly. 10 swords first, there's no deceit. 4 Wands over, there's celebration. Empress over, there's nourishment. 9 Cups over, there's fulfillment. 7 Wands over, you're feeling resilience. Exactly. 7 Cups over, there's positivity. Exactly. So, what the universe is saying here, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, you need to act to be positive. That's what it is. Positivity will go the long way, as long as it needs to, right? That's how it goes. Because, you have to understand that there's always an adaptation. And that adaptation means that you need to improve yourself wisely. You need to become who you are. You have to understand of your own well-being, your own respect, your own, that's how it goes. And you have to act like it. You have to act like, okay, enough's enough, or I'll do the right thing. That's how it goes. But Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, you need to pay attention to what you're going through in that way, because that's how it goes. You need to visualize yourself, to think positive, and you have to be suitable from your own perspectives, right? That's how it goes. But what this is like, there's always that way of knowing what to do, and this is how it's going to be. So, the universe is saying, stay positive, right? And you have to focus on positivity, because the way of this is, whether if you focus on positivity, it's like, alright, this stuff goes, alright, I'm going to understand this, I know what to do, I need to keep forward, move forward, that's how it goes, and I need to focus on that, I need to express myself, and express is the way how it works, but that's how it's going to be. So, this is how it goes. But I hope you all like this video. Try to understand it, try to give a like in the comment, and enjoy. But this is how it's going to be. So, thank you so much, have a wonderful day to all, and I'll see you next time I'm going to do, and that's how it goes, and you have to understand that. So, thank you very much, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time I'm going to do. That's how it goes. Thank you. Bye for now. Really thank you, and have a nice day. Thanks, and bye.